Hey, my name's Aaron Duchateau, and I'm about to demo Timber Chopper Beta. This is a little application that I've been working on, and the idea here is to view and interact with county tax law information in a way that is both manageable and interactive from the standpoint of someone who actually needs to use this information on a daily basis. So I'm going to go ahead and log into the application. And as you can see here, we begin with basically a full screen menu, and we can scroll through all the different states. I'm going to pick Oregon. From here you get a sub-selection that's available of all the counties that we have available in our system. Currently, every single user is able to see every county that I've brought into the system, but I would imagine potentially something in the future where based on user permission settings, certain counties would be given access to certain users. That logic just hasn't been built yet. As I go through this, you're also going to notice that there are some kind of weird design things and interaction things, and this product definitely isn't beta, so keep in mind that it's evolving, the look and feel of it is evolving, the functionality is evolving. This is just purely at a beta state right now, and before anything crazy happened, I thought I'd get a video of the functionality. So here I'm agreeing to the user and license agreement, and as you can see, I selected Jackson County, one of the counties that I uploaded into my platform, and it says right here, welcome, you're reviewing tax law data for Jackson County, Oregon, so we know where we are. That's a good thing. This pane on the left represents tax lots or parcels on the map that I've interacted with in the past and saved. So this left pane, kind of the point of it from a functional standpoint, is everything that you save through the system. When you log out, you come back in, it's going to be available here. This save area on the right is kind of like a playground. So as you do things like search by latitude or longitude, search by address, those are going to be saved in the right-hand pane. But the distinction is that these are sort of like throwaway. If you actually want to keep them, come over here. So I can drag around. As you can see, I've got a lot of data in here. Loads pretty fast, which is cool. You can click on all of these parcels, and you get an info window that pops up. That info window gives you an estimated value of the tax lot and the owner name. So click on this one, for example. You see here acreage is 1.4 acres. The total value is, looks like improvement and land value combined is around 1.8 million. So I can now click full information, and this pane slides out right here. And what we've got is a detailed view of all of that tax lot information. So if I scroll down a little bit, you see I've got an isolation or a detail view of this particular tax lot that I've clicked on. We've got the mailing address, the city, state, and zip for the owner, a county account reference number, and then a bunch of other information that comes along with that particular tax lot. So what's kind of cool is that if you're at this point and this is something you'd be interested in purchasing or getting in touch with the owner in general, you can switch over. You see we're in detail view right now. You can switch over into letter view. And now I have this really basic letter that's been generated for me. It includes an insert of the owner's name. Hey, my name's Aaron Duchateau. I'm interested in buying your property in Jackson County. Phone number. That's all intelligently submitted, but I can always come in here and add more stuff. Obviously, the way that the county formats the owner name isn't exactly like beautiful, so I can come in and do something like, you know, this. Or whatever I want to do. And then I can go into more options here and I can print the view. As you can see, now I've got a letter, really basic, generated that could potentially be sent out to the individual who owns the property. Now, it's important to note here that there's a lot of information, including the value of the property, the land value of the property, the tax value of the property, all those things. Those aren't things that we necessarily want to include in our letter. I could imagine in the future making the application robust and actually allowing you to, as a user, have more control over which pieces of information about the tax law are actually included in the letter. Right now it's all just sort of defaulted out to latitude, longitude, map tax lot number, and map number, which between that and the map, when printed, and whatever information you want to provide in the custom letter editor, it's enough for the person receiving the letter to know which property that you're talking about, and that's kind of the goal here. So I'm going to cancel out of that. I'm going to go ahead and save it. You see we've got this little communique here that says it's saved. And now when I go back to my main view here, you can see that the property's been added to my master saved list with the individual owner's name and the value and a few other pieces of information that can help me to identify it later. So let's see here. Scroll down. If you want to delete any of these, obviously these can get kind of crazy. I guess here's a demo of the selection process. This is how we get back to where we were after a save. We basically just get a map marker that's added back within the confines of the plat line. And if I want to go ahead and go back to that detail view, I can just click on the tax lot and do that, or I can click the little trash can if I'm not interested in saving it anymore. And see the communique here, it says it's removing it. It goes away from my list. It won't be there anymore when I log back in. So up here on the right hand corner here we have a current location button. If I was to click this button, I'm in Eugene right now and this tax lot is for Jackson County. If I click the button here, it's gonna take me to Eugene where I am right now, so we don't actually have plat line data in this view for where I am because I'm in Eugene, and Jackson County is where this information corresponds to. So if we zoom out again, keep going, we should eventually see Jackson. There we go, Jackson County, and then you can kind of get back to that data. It's another good example of kind of the scope of the data that we're able to deal with in the system here. It's a little lossy as you zoom out, but by the time you get in real deep, it's pretty detailed. Not a whole lot of gaps in it. So as you can see, when I clicked the current location button, that triangulated my current position. It took me there in the map. That was also added in this temporary, like, right hand, sort of like where was I last panel. I need to come up with a better name for that, or maybe make that more clear in the UI, like what the purpose of this is. But right now it works, and this allows me, without actually, like I was saying earlier, permanently saving this stuff, to toggle between old places in the map. Here I am back in Eugene, here I am back in Medford, right? So just by clicking this locate my position button, I've kind of got this way to toggle between what I've been searching for within the context of the session. I guess that's a good way to put it. Within the context of the session, this is where you can always get back to where you were. So I can also click this little wrench icon, and you see the pane slides out here. And now I'm able to search by latitude and longitude specifically. I can search by a specific address, specific location, and when I click search on either of these buttons, it's going to take me to that location on the map and add a map marker for me. It's important to note that we haven't really done a whole lot of testing with the current location marker. The way that the browser locates your current position is, from what I understand, more specific based off of the other devices around you in the network. So I can imagine a situation where if you're out in a logging road or something like that, this might not be as accurate as you would hope. Now, in that case, because you can't actually enter latitude, longitude, and manually, I could also imagine a situation where you're out in the woods and you are carrying a Garmin unit with you and storing latitude and longitude points as you walk around. And then one solution, although not ideal, would be that you could, come back home to a place with better internet access and manually enter in those latitude and longitudes where you were previously located, and then you could ultimately interact with that data in the map that way. I can click the back button here and come back. Go back to menu. Let's see, Oregon again. Right now you can see Jackson County, Lane County. We're also going to have Douglas County in here pretty soon. What's interesting about, I'll just show you Lane County real quick. Part of the massage process or the finessing process that I'm going through right now is that I basically created a solution to take these separate data sets, right, from different counties. Counties might not necessarily store tax lot information in the same way. So part of what's going on in the background here that you're not really able to see in a direct way is there's a translation layer that's saying, hey, for each specific county, let's interpret that data set and let's show that data set on the map. So Lane County, for example, when you get your data back from them, they're going to include more information like streets and stuff like that that I might not necessarily be interested in having in my map. I don't know if you can remember, but back in Jackson County, we didn't actually have the streets as clickable items like I can right there. So I need to probably run the Lane County data set through some sort of sanitization process before I actually upload the data. I just haven't done that yet. I don't think it's going to be too difficult. I'd like to keep everything pretty much the same in terms of what you would expect to see as you toggle between counties on the map itself. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this guy right here. Fee owner is the city of Eugene. Cool. Same basic idea here. We can come in and get the same information, different county, displayed in your detail view. Same ability to toggle into letter view to prepare your letter. Same ability to save. And now the system knows on a per county basis when I go from the menu into that county that only things specific to that county are going to be saved in the left-hand pane here. Anyway, this functionality is pretty simple and pretty straightforward, but I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along, and I think that this is ultimately going to be a pretty cool product when it's done. Hopefully, even though the UI, the user interface, isn't perfect right now, you can see some of the attention to detail that I've tried to put in to really sort of simplify this process of interacting with the map and making it intuitive, not having too many options. And I think that's important, especially when you look at a lot of these county websites. The way that they're allowing people to interact with this information is a little bit clunky. So part of the goal here is to kind of standardize that, still take the data from the counties. Obviously I can't collect all this data on my own, but translate that in a way that's useful to people that actually want to use the data online, and that's something that the counties unfortunately don't have the resources to do, and I don't see that happening anytime in the near future, given budget constraints and the particular specialities, if you will, of the people that work at those county offices. They're not always based in web technologies. So anyway, that's the general overview. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to keeping you posted as the product evolves, and we'll see where this goes. Thanks.